Hello Flosstube, my name is Mariam, my pronouns are she, her. You may know me as Marroomycrafts on Instagram or Marroomy Designs on Gumroad. Welcome to my Flosstube. This is a channel about cross stitch and other crafting endeavors that I partake in. I was planning to have record new episode last week, but as it might be evident from my voice, I was sick. I'm still sick. It's been 14 days and for some reason I cannot kick this flu. It's like sticking around. So I was like, you know what? As long as I'm coherent, and I asked a couple of friends and they said it's okay, I am recording. So here we are. Today I'm going to talk about a couple of my designs, finally being able to actually show them to you, and we're going to talk about a lot of whips and starts that I had a chance to touch on. I'm going to talk about a couple of 3 fully finished objects that I don't have with me, so I'm not going to be able to show them to you, but I have a photo of them so I can insert the photo and you can see them that way. I'm going to talk about a couple of highlights for the past month, and then I have some stitchy kindness, and at the end some investments. So buckle up, it's one of those long ones, but my videos usually are, so here we are. Okay, so let's talk about highlights first. So 3 different things that happened in the past month that I think is worth noting. First was the road trip that I went on with Nitya from Daybreak Stitchery. So she's local to me and she's a good friend of mine. So we went to House of Stitches in Indiana. She was kind enough to come and pick me up, and she was on her spring break. She's a teacher, so she was on her spring break. I had a day off from work and we made the trip to House of Stitches. It was so much fun. It was so much fun that we both forgot to record it in any way, so no photo evidence of we visiting the shop. So we don't have a local needle store, so in a way all of these needle stores that are in driving distance of us in a way are our LNS. So this was one of those stores. Owners were really kind, and the store had a lot of goodies, and we spent a good couple of hours there, and we did some good damage. So I'm going to talk about what I bought from them in investment. And so yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I'm hoping that this summer when the school is over and Nitya has a little bit more time, we can arrange more of these day trips and go to other all the other local needle stores that are around us, and visit them. Okay, so that was the first highlight. The second one was the first charity collaboration from the Stitchers Collective, which I'm part of, came out this past month. So it was released on the 15th of April and it was for Earth Day. So it still is going. That the charity pack is available until 15th of May. So I'm gonna put the poster for the event right here. And I'm gonna add photos of the patterns that you get here. So there are a lot of different styles that came together, and different designers that came together to come up with this collaboration. And in exchange for $10 or more, of donation to one of the 4 charities that are about environment and are listed on the website. Actually, I'm going to leave the link to a Stitchers Collective down below, so you can go check it out. All the steps is there. Basically, you're going to donate to one of these 4 organizations, then send the receipt, submit the receipt in the Google form that is on the website. And then keep in mind, there are human beings actually doing this. It's not automated, so a couple of people from the Stitchers Collective have graciously donated their time to go over the receipts and then just manually email you the list, the complete collection. So in exchange for $10 or more, you can receive the full collection, all 31 patterns. So if you calculate, if you're good at math, you know that with $10 donation, that's like really like a small amount. It's less than $0.50 for each pattern, and that's pretty good deal, and you get a good collection. And there are a lot of designs that I'm really excited to stitch myself, and I contributed to that collection as well. So this is my design. So I showed you a sneak peek of it last time, so this is the full design that you can see it all here. It's inspired by goddess of fertility, water, and life, Anahita, which is a ancient Iranian goddess. As you can see, or I don't know if you can tell, there are tons of little hidden plants and animals in the design. So yeah, so that's my contribution. I'm gonna actually record a separate video talking about all the motifs that are hidden in her separately. That's coming soon. Okay, the other finish that I had and design that I had this past month, now I'm going to use this as a segue, is this design, which is Happy Eid or Eid Mubarak, that I designed for Eid al-Fitr, which is the Muslim holiday after a month of fasting. So yeah, Ramadan ended with the Eid, and I designed this pattern, and it's on my Gumroad. All of my designs are on Gumroad. The Earth collaboration is not. After the time passes for it to be available via Collective, this will be released on my Gumroad as well, but for now it's not on my Gumroad. The only way that you can get this is through donation. But this one is for free or pay as you wish on my Gumroad. I stitched it on this opalescent raw linen Aida 18 count and used dark teal Sulky 12 weight to stitch it, and it says Eid Mubarak, which is happy holiday. So Eid mean holiday, so it's really universal. It's not religious per se. Like for example, Christmas in Arabic is Eid Milad. So technically you can stitch this for any holiday, and it's not specific to Muslim holidays either. Okay, talk about finishes. So I had a staff. But I don't have it. I don't have it with me. That's one of the patterns that I fully finished, and it's not with me. It's in my office now. I'm gonna insert the photo here. So it's Stronger Together by Pixie cross stitch. This is one of her freebies that were available on her Facebook page. So if you join her Facebook page, you will have access to some of her designs that are specifically some of her freebies that are available there on that Facebook page. This is one of them. It's one of her oldest designs. I modified it just a tiny bit, so if you notice the original design, I'm going to insert a photo of the original design here. So if you notice, the original design doesn't have eyebrows or eyelash line, so I added a couple of like just backstitch, like a line literally on the eyes to make them more expressive with having eyelashes and eyebrows. Other than that, the design is as it was designed by Christy. This was a really quick stitch. It was a start and finish I think in 2 sitting, and then I finished it as flat fold. And I'm gonna insert a photo of my 3 fully finished objects here. Unfortunately, one of them is covered because this is a design that I have coming up later on, and it's not gonna be released via me. It's not gonna be on my Gumroad for a while, but it's gonna come out somewhere. I'm gonna share more about it when we get closer to that time. But yeah, so I finished that, and Stronger Together and Let's Make a Statement number 1 from these 20 stitches. All 3 were my first attempt at flat fold, and I can say I'm really it was really not complicated, but it's a little messy because of the glue. I didn't use hot glue. I used iLink glue that everyone uses for craft projects. So I used that. So it's a little more like fluid and a little more messy, but it's okay as long as you wash your hand in between. So before it dries out, you should be fine. So yeah, I finished all 3 in flat fold. Okay, so those were my finishes. Okay, so the last, I think we skipped the last highlight. So there was another highlight this past month, which was my interview. Like I was interviewed by Becca from Sambrie Stitches for her interview with Flosstuber, and it came out April 16. And it's on her channel. I'm gonna link it down below so you can go and watch it and know a little more about me. It was really fun. We have a lot in common, so it was really nice to get that conversation going and have those questions answered, and talk about designing as well as stitching and all of that, and what inspires us, and what how we felt that we were called to design and fill the gap that there was in the industry when it comes to our voices. So yeah, I'm gonna put it down below, so go ahead and give it a watch, and for sure subscribe. I like her videos very much. I like her as a designer as well. And yeah, Becca. Okay, so we talked about highlight, we talked about finishes, and I have one more finish, which is a diamond painting. I'm going to insert the photo here. It's Black Cat with Coffee. This cat reminds me so much of my kitty. You can see him here. Today he's just napping away because I'm recording during his nap time. I'm surprised that he hasn't woken up and interrupted the recording, but we're still at the beginning, and who knows, he might wake up. Okay, let's talk about webs. First I stitched month of March, finished month of March, and by now April has been released with Natural World style. This is a mystery style by Christy from Pixie Cross Stitch, and this is what we have now. So this was March and I finished March. I need to catch up and finish April, but have not done that yet. So here where I am, so I have finished all the first row, and this is 18 count light coffee, or I think it's like the other name for it is mocha, if I'm not mistaken. And I used Sulky 12 weight blendable in olive tree, which is this super variegated thread, and I really love it. So the design is actually called for 2 colors, but I am stitching it as a monochrome. I love these mushrooms here. All right. Next is Mother Moon by Joan Elliott. This is a copy I made. So I had a book, and this is one of the patterns that's in the book. So I made a working copy of the pattern. So this is what it will look like when it's done. I started it in the past month. I'm stitching it on 18 count Mystic fabric in Wisteria. It's just a small start that I have, and I'm using mostly called for thread. It's mostly DMC called for, and then I replaced some of the threads that were called for, and also I am adding instead of beads, I'm adding these 2 Petit Treasure braids. Next, I started Heart Sampler by Big Bad Vibes. You can find their pattern on Etsy. This was my start for Trans Day of Visibility. They are a trans designer, so I love this pattern so much. But I made my own like color pattern, so I changed the colors because I have been stitching in pink and reds a lot lately, so I thought that I do need to change it to something else. So here is my palette. So I used the fabric that I have is 20 count. Let me see, what's this? Is Fiber on a Whim 20 count Muted Sedona, which is this. This is more true to color. It's warm, honey, mustardy. I love the color. And then so this is so far what I have stitched. And I'm using my own Sulky colors. So this is my color palette. Let me show you. So these are the colors that I've chosen. Yeah. So it's 1264, 0502, 1039. So this is the one that I have been stitching with. 0568 and 1082. So this is my color palette. Next, I started something new and old school at the same time. So I got these tapestry kits from Craftably, and I have been like trying to get my mom to stitch, but she has arthritis and she has difficulty with her fingers, but of course not using them that much will make it worse. And I know activities like this can help her keep her mobility, so I was like, this will be good because it's not it's not that small. This is, I think, 8 count, or maybe even, I don't know, 6 count, something like that. So this is huge. And it's with this, I don't know, it's this, I don't think it's wool. So yeah, so that's what it's look like, and it's called cornflower, and it works. So I got 2 of these, one for me, one for her, and I have to say she's actually ahead of me, and she has a stitch more on hers, and she's really getting into it, which was the whole point of this. So I'm really excited about that, and when she finishes, I'm gonna look for more of these tapestries. I know that they're available, there's a lot of them are available on Amazon or even AliExpress. I just want to make sure that I'm mindful that the image is not a stolen image. Next was my first April Wipgo goal, and it was a project, a monochrome project. So I chose Spirits of the Dead by Mother Fork Embroidery, and I completed this bottom page. This is 18 count Christmas Red Damask by Fabric Flair, so it's like printed, and I am using Sulky 12 weight blendable in parchment. Yeah, I'm really happy with it now. I'm at 50%. I just need to finish the other half. Next is my next Wipgo goal for the month of April, which was a project with least progress, I think, on it. And this was the one that I chose, which is Tom's Foolery by Hands Across the Sea. This is a reproduction. You can see this is like so colorful and wonky and perfect. And at the time I just had a tiny start on like part of the border, so I finished page 1. This is super colorful, and I love this like weird flower pot here. This actually will come back this for May because the Wipgo goal called for this time. My prompt is a funny whip. This is the only project that I find really funny. There are tons of little doodads and characters that are weird. So I'm going to bring it back and hopefully have another page finish. Next is a Modern Folk Embroidery The Fruit of Plenty, which was a sale for 2021. I'm going to insert the photo here. And I'm trying to finish this before June, before mid-year. So I think I'm on track. I should be able to do it. So here we are. I finished page 10, and this is the whole thing. I'm so close. I only have 2 more pages to go. This is on 20 count charcoal Ada, and I'm using 2 different Sulky 12 weights. The red, the solid red, is a Christmas red, and the blendable, which is pink, purple, and blue, is a jewel tone. Yep, I'm super happy with that. So I'm hoping to be able to take it out again this month and at least work on 1 more page. Next, I wanted to start one of the collaboration for Earth Day collaboration projects, and I had a hard time to decide because there were so many designs that I really wanted to stitch. So I put a poll on my Instagram, and my Instagram followers voted, and by popular vote, the design that won is this. It's called Greenwashing by Sprouting Lupine, and it's beautiful. The original color palette is all green, as you see, but I wanted to stitch this in silk and I didn't have those colors, so this is what I have started on. So my fabric is 20 count Ada from Fortnite Fabric in Marvelous, and I'm using a mixture of silks that I had in my stash. So I'm going to show you the silks. So these are the silks that I have, and I used some of the floss drops that I had. Most of them are from Mislaid Pages, and then I have one of Ruthie, which was a gift from Laura Chieko, and also one from Abby, Top Knotted Stitcher. So yeah, these are a combination of flower silk and NPI silk, and yeah, and also I have a few silks for you that I got in a bit bag, so I don't have a number for those. So yeah, so mine, my palette is more fall, so it has reds, it has yellows and mustard, and then green, and then these like browny greens and browns. Yep. And this will remain out. As you see, it's still in a hoop, and I haven't removed it because one of the prompts for May's Wipgo is the project with least progress, so this will be it. Lastly, I'm gonna show you a sneak peek. So this is a design that I have submitted for somewhere, but how can I'm not gonna, don't want to show you a lot. You know what, this is the back. So I'm working on this model stitch, and I'm using DMC for the model, and I'm stitching it on, I think this is Greystone, yeah, 18 count Ada. Next, let's talk about Stitchy Kindness. So I received this card and this little gift from Laura Chieko, who she has black cat, and she has been sending these little keychains to her friends who have black cats. So she actually, this wasn't a surprise because she showed me a few options and she asked which ones reminds me of Asal, my cat, most. And this is him to the T. He's a yoga cat. He always stretches this way, and like just when he's around you, and he waits so you can scratch his back. So yeah, so this is, and this is one of Laura's tiniest stitching. So if you see, this is like super tiny, and it's one-on-one. Yep. So thank you, Laura. Now lastly, let's talk about investments. So first, I received my Just Cross Stitch magazine. There are a couple of designs here that are from designers that I know now from the collective, Stitchers Collective. This is one of them, and I really love this pattern. I love to be able to like a stitches sometime. And this is from Lindsay. And let me show you the other one. The other one I really like. Here we go. There you go. Dance in the Moonlight. This is from Allison from Cozy Cabin Stitching. In her most recent Flosstube, she goes into detail on how she came up with the design, and it's a really nice and funny story. And it's not funny, but it's like really heartwarming story. This is actually her daughter requested this pattern, so she designed it. It's really nice. So yeah, it's on my list. Both of those on my list to be stitched. Next, I received my fabric of the month. This is for I think this was March. Yeah, this is called Jellyfish Field. I get it's with Bestitchme. I get the 20 count from Bestitchme. This is not true to color at all. Oh my god, it's not gonna show. It's not going to show how it is. So this is super bright green and blue, but what you see here is a muted blue and green. That's in no way, that's nope. So it's really beautiful. Last is my purchases from House of Stitches. So to finish, I got this chenille from Lady Dot. What's the name? Berry Crush. I ended up not using this. I ended up using ribbons to use in my flat fold. I need to look up a couple more videos on how to use this chenille. It was not working. It would just come apart when I tried to attach it. So I do need to look up more like detailed tutorial or whatever on it. Yep. And I came across this. This is a thing that you only like, that's why it's really good to go to LNS, because sometimes you come across things that you never think that it will work for you, and you decide to try. This was one of those things. First of all, look at the color. So this looks really thick, right? So this is actually 3 different strands, right? And when you open it, it's not 12 weight. It's actually thicker than 12 weight. It says that you can stitch with 1 strand of this on up to like 18 count, but I doubt it. This is like super thick, and the color is beautiful. So this is from Watercolor, and the name of the is Ruby. So this is Ruby. So I got this to try, and then I got this like a small like piece of Ada. They had like these like cutoffs and like a small pieces of fabric that are leftovers. So I got this little piece, which is this speckled, it's actually mustard. It doesn't come across. This is like mustard, and I feel like this looks good on it. So I got this little piece to try this on, and this is 10 count. Then I got a few of the market I think one of these are only from Market. So I got the cookbook because I actually wanted to be able to flip through it and decide if I wanted or not. I flipped through it and I saw a few recipes and then some of the designs that I actually enjoy. So I decided to get it. And then I got this Fragments in Time. This is from 2018. I love these like little things. These are really good for gifts. So that's what I'm planning to do with this one. And then this one I blame on Michelle. I saw her finish this in her own color palette, which her color palette was really beautiful. So I will come up with my own palette, and so I'm not gonna stitch it in these colors. But yeah, I really like this. Right now I'm thinking about berries and grays for the color, but we'll see. So this is Ink Circle and Summer House Stitchworks, and it's called Needle Dance. And then of course Nitya, because last year she went to House of Stitches and she was introduced to this brand a work basket, this design house, which there are actually I communicated with House of Stitches afterward, and just to figure out what's happening with them, because you can't find them anywhere, and they're retired. So the two designers who designed for work basket have retired, and now they're just getting rid of all the stash, like the inventory that they had of their patterns, and when they're gone, they're gone. So all of these designs are out of print, and at the time when I was in a store, I didn't know that. We didn't know that. I just know that this is like something new that I have never seen anywhere else other than Nitya, because Nitya stitched two of their designs. So I got a few. So this is Cat Randall, and they're all funky, and the style is so various. I think they're like, between the two of them, they have so different type of styles. So the designs ranges from really super religious old-fashioned samplers to funky animals. So they're really varied and like diverse in terms of like the patterns that they came up with, and some of them are super weird, and I appreciate a weird cat. So this is Cat Randall, and I got this. Just look at this. So I love peacocks. So this is Fracture Peacock, and then this has two different designs of a cat and a mouse. Yeah, so there were like 3 more designs that I really wanted. Like afterward I was like regretting that, oh, I did not pick this up. So I reached out to them, and they're like, oh, we don't know why these are now recently really popular. Well, I don't know. I don't want to like take the credit for that, but I know Nitya has been talking about them so much, and I talked about them a lot, and apparently a lot of people have contacted them and purchased what they had left in inventory of their designs, and there were a few that I wanted, and now I'm out of luck. But you know what, it's fine. There's so many different designs, but if I come across those, like there is this in this style, similar style to this. I don't know if the image is on the back. No, It's not. Like, for example, this one. I saw this, I picked it up, and then I put it down. Why? I should have picked it up. And I regretted it. And I went back, and it's gone now. They don't have it anymore. Yeah, in a style, similar style to this, the Quaker style, they have a crow, the Quaker crow, that looks really funky, and I really like it, like that. They didn't have it in House of Stitches, but I have seen it online, and so if I come across it on eBay or other website, I'm probably gonna snatch it up. There are a couple of like rabbits that were really funky. There was one sampler that I really was really interested in. And that one sampler is apparently their most popular design, and you can't find it anywhere. It's nowhere to be found. So I put notification on eBay, but I'm not gonna like pay exuberant amount for it. If I come across it for a reasonable price, I'll buy it. If I don't come across it, no, that's fine. There are so many different designs to stitch. Lastly, right before I checked out, I saw this, but not the printed, but actually the model that one of the store owners actually stitched. And they stitched this on blue fabric, and it looks so different and so beautiful. So just a matter of like just changing up the fabric and the color of the thread can update a lot of these vintage looking samplers, because I know, some people really love the vintage look. I don't like really the vintage look, so if I get any of these, I will definitely update them, and this is one of those. So I'm gonna plan. I'm gonna take my time and plan ahead and find the best fabric and threads for it. Yeah, I love the border. So this is called Come Into My Garden by Blackbird Design. All right, so plans. I have a model that I just shared with you. I need to stitch that and finish it. And I have a collab design that I need to finish really soon. I have not even started. I mean, I designed something, but I'm not really happy with it, so I have to redesign it. And then I have another design to finish. I have the idea, and I started like thinking and playing around with it, but I have not designed it yet. That one is for the next installment in my Weird and Wonderful collection that I have so far. I have released Fluff the Dragon and Mellow the Phoenix in that series, and I am thinking about the third. So the third one, hopefully fingers crossed, will be released sometime by the end of May. I'm hoping, because I do need time to finish the design and also to stitch the model. So that's that. Wipgo numbers were announced is 23 and 25. For me, 23 is the funny whip. As I shared, I'm gonna do Tom's Foolery, and then Whip with the Least Progress is for 25, which I will continue with greenwashing. Okay, and if I have time, somewhere in the middle of all this projects that I'm gonna work on, I do like to stitch another page of my Fruit of Plenty, because I do need to. I see the end, the light at the end of tunnel. There are only 2 pages left, so I need to get going and finish this, because I do want to finish it and frame it as soon as possible. All right, that is it. I'm planning on recording a couple more videos this weekend that will go out later on. Oh, one other investment that I actually forgot about. Yeah, because I did not share it with you here. So I purchased a spring fling box from these 20 stitches and Uncanny Kari. And it comes with a retreat, virtual retreat that is happening on May 7th. So that I received my box. I'm not going to be able to share anything now. That's why I didn't have it here. I just want to say that it's a great box. I actually like it much more than their last year's box because of the color that are in this one. It's more richer tones, which I enjoy more. So yeah, I love that box. I'm gonna record an unboxing for that, and I'm planning on releasing it on the day of the retreat. Okay. The other thing that I'm gonna record, hopefully sometime, is a video, an introduction video to diamond painting. And a lot of people have asked, and again, I put a poll on my Instagram, and 80% asked for a longer video on YouTube to go over how to start, where to start, things to know, tools that you need, all the ins and outs, like basically diamond painting 101 for anyone who's interested. All right, so we'll see how I feel with the congestion, and if possible, I'm planning on recording those videos this weekend. So all right, other than that, enjoy stitching as much or as little as you can. Be kind to yourself and to others around you, and have a fantastic May. Bye.